Hello, viewers, and welcome back to Behind Closed Doors podcast series where gender based violence meets technology. We remain your hosts. I am Okachukwu.
My name is Noel Cass.
And guys, we are very happy to have you. This
Yeah.
is the episode 3 Men, Allies, and GBV.
Mm-hmm.
We promised you in the last episode that this episode will be all about men and it relates to gender based violence. So,
It is important that we state this fact that we can't fight gender-based violence without men. It's been said that about 80% of the gender-based violence we experience is committed by men. But that doesn't mean that men are the problem. They are not. We present this podcast in three dimensions: men as allies, men as victims, and men as perpetrators. We are trying to view this thing in these three dimensions so that we can cover every ground that you thought that you know but you don't know. So we are in a society where gender-based violence is being normalized, but that doesn't mean that the men are violent. It is about what the society teach men as regards to power, entitlement, and control. So what we are trying to see is what the society has built our men to be like, or our men to believe in. It's not all men that practice gender-based violence.
I don't.
This, there are exceptions, of course, there are exceptions, but we need to, go through, go to the roots of the matter.
We need to do something about it. Men would need to play a very pivotal role, just like she said.
Yeah.
Both females and males suffer gender-based violence, but a greater prevalence of cases recorded record women as victims of gender-based violence being perpetrated by men. So we won't excuse the fact that some men are also victims of gender-based violence.
Yes,
So
they are
that's
victims.
what we'll be talking about in this series. So where do you want us to start? Men as allies, or men as victims, or men as the perpetrators?
Okay, let's start with the smaller one and we go down to the main soup, the main dish. So we can begin with what they call it, an appetizer, which is
in GBV. Wow.
we can start with men as victims. What do you think? In what situation do you think that men can become victims of gender-based violence?
She beat me this morning.
Oh my god!
I don't know if I did so.
Oh my god! I did not see that one coming.
I'm forgiving her.
I did not see that one coming.
No, I don't like bearing grudges. I was just joking. So, certain men are also victims of physical assault.
So men beat men or women beat men?
Women beat men.
Yeah, I guess that's a rare thing.
Yes, you see, that's why we are dealing with this, because some of the people that go through this are quiet about it.
Okay, let me not say it's a rare thing. Have you heard of general beating?
Ouch.
Yeah, where
women gather and beat it.
Yes, maybe because particularly I think I've heard one where a group of young girls gather and they beat a man for breaking
someone's heart.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I think it does happen. Yes. I'm not giving you ideas. I'm just telling you what happened.
Oh my god. Oh, that's quite unfortunate. Well, so you see, men are also victims of physical assault, regardless of the natural endowments or physical strength. If women carry you for my go collect wutu.
The next I think I've heard is the sexual assault.
Sexual assault.
So, in what case do you think men can be assaulted sexually? I'm not talking about the sexist jokes. I'm talking about real, mean assault, maybe rape or.
So men actually do get raped.
That's what I heard. I am asking you what. Yeah, we believe that
Men
men
actually
actually.
do get
Yes,
raped. You
yes,
understand? Even in scenarios where female helps have defiled male underage children, this
yes,
also falls into gender-based violence.
yes,
You get, and men actually do get. I've heard of cases where men get gang raped by females. So it's
yeah,
not only the females that do get raped.
yeah,
Yeah, men also. In other words, they force the sexual intercourse without the consent of the man. So it's
yes,
not only the females.
yes,
Yeah, so should we move on?
yes, yes. We
Well, we
can.
also have economic abuse. You get broke shaming. We talked about that in the last episode.
Yes, yes, yes.
Broke shaming a man is also a form of gender-based violence. Just like we said in the last episode, men pride in the masculinity
Yeah,
of being able to provide
yes,
financially.
yeah,
You get so when um, disrespectful aspersions are being cast on a male figure
mm,
because of his inability to provide
mm.
at that point in time, it's also considered as gender-based violence.
In that case, I would really call it a psychological manipulation because it happens in most intimate, not most, but I have heard, in my own opinion, it does happen
Yeah,
where two partners, intimate partners,
yeah.
and the lady asks for something, and is not being the deal or whatever is not being met by the guy,
The demand.
and the demand is not
Yes.
being met by the guy, so she deprives him of certain rights,
Obligations.
obligations. Yeah,
Perhaps
yeah.
perhaps
No,
conjugal
probably not right, but
obligations.
obligation,
Yeah.
and is I feel is a manipulation of some sort,
Yeah, very big
where
manipulation.
you have dealership and reward, but that's not what partnership is all about.
It it pushes the relationship into unhealthy
Yeah,
areas.
unhealthy areas.
Yes.
I've seen women really control men's finances.
Another form of psychological um, abuse is also deliberately disrespecting a man or deliberately provoking a man.
What do you mean?
Have you seen situations where a female says, "If you are a man, beat me"? There's an issue, and the man is trying to control his temper, and you are trying to spark it up. If you are a man, touch me. This we are preaching against gender-based violence, but now the female is the
Mm,
one trying to force the
yeah,
man. Yeah, that's you're making such resolution difficult for the man, and it's also a form of psychological abuse. It's also a form of psychological because this one you're deliberately trying to provoke the man.
when also I think this is common. It's common where I've seen it happen in marketplaces where a woman is talking down on a man, and trying to make him feel less of a man by describing certain organs and all of that stuff.
Mm,
That kind of brings
ouch.
down,
Yes, yes.
it really brings down the pride of a man. Will I call it pride? It makes him
Esteem,
feel, yeah,
self-esteem.
self
It
esteem.
attacks the man's
Yeah, it
self-esteem.
attacks the man's self esteem. This is really regarded as a sin. And in this case, we'll call the men victims, and we really
Yes,
understand what they're going through there and there right now.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we could call that gender based violence.
Even in the online space, even in the online space, this happens a lot where you see women dragging a man. It's just like
Can we drag him together?
uh,
Yes,
everybody finding fault in something that a man does, and
Mm,
it's easy to judge. Empathy is more difficult. Do
yes,
you understand? So
yes,
when you begin, your fellow men will do this, no, you don't know the peculiarity of the circumstances he found himself in at that point.
yes,
So
yeah.
you can't really judge him and things. And when you start attacking his masculinity on a decision he made, which you are privy to based on the fact that it was online,
Mm.
it's very, very unhelpful. So things like that. Have we done justice to that?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's go down to tea.
Tea.
Not the main dish. Tea. Men as perpetrators.
As perpetrators of gender-based violence. What we're going to that? Gender-based violence, we establish the premise that it's always about power and control.
Yeah,
Yes.
you establish the premise.
Yes. So, part of addressing gender-based violence, or part of a reorientation that men ought to imbibe, is that um, power and control needs to be checked.
Well, I think when you say checked, I would say redefined.
Redefined, checked.
Because if it comes to power and leadership, when it comes to the male figure, it really has to be redefined. The society has made us believe that power is without accountability and responsibility, which is very wrong. And strength is all about anger,
which is very wrong.
Masculinity is all about dominance,
which is very wrong.
Which is actually wrong. So if we don't address these issues that we've been taught by the society or by situation, even the family, we don't know that somehow the minds of people are being shaped towards normalizing gender-based violence.
Yes, we need to be conscious of what we are modeling for the growing
child.
Do you understand? Subtle actions, subtle subliminal context of certain things we permit,
yes,
or do not permit. A male child is called upon to help in kitchen chores, and a father tells their female, your daughters are there, let the boy sit down. That's wrong. You're modeling something very wrong.
Yeah, or you can. I've heard cases of where they said, "He's your brother. Just serve him." Serve what?
If he serve you, is it bad?
Do you understand? And they don't look at it in this sense that I could be the older one, and he's just my younger brother, and I should serve him.
We should learn to, just like you said, redefine.
Yes.
Redefine. Let us peruse certain things that has become a norm in our society.
Yes.
Redefine it, contextualize it. How is this thing helping? How is it not helping?
This we have an example like this is a chore for
females.
For females. Like, is there a chore for females?
Is it only females that cook?
No, I don't. This is not a chore for this boy.
That kind of a thing.
We really have to talk about that.
Yes. You understand? So all those redefining, we ought to address them. Men as perpetrators, don't forget, that is what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Mind what you are teaching your upcoming men. Do not allow them to normalize unhealthy dominance.
Yes.
Unhealthy expression of anger. Power is meant to protect. We established this in the last episode.
Yes.
It's meant to protect and foster cordiality, not to dominate.
I have seen a case that was in a primary school. Yes, a primary school. The boy is a very young child. So I think something happened between he and his classmate, and there was this fight. Yeah. So the mother came and was like, "You don't have to, force him to write." Yes, it was as simple as that. You don't have to force him. This my son. He's hot tempered. Oh. And once his temper begins to start, you have. I mean, who did this to us? Why would anger be justified?
To the male gender.
To the male gender. But a woman is not supposed to
be angry,
hot tempered. If you are hot tempered, you will leave your husband's house. Your husband will chase you out. You will destroy your marriage with hot temperedness. But look at the male child. pamper him. Don't let him get too angry, because if he does, he's going to act this way or he's going to act that way. Not knowing that these are the root causes of gender-based violence. So he is permitted to act anyhow because of anger. That is definitely wrong. So imagine what that boy will look like when he grows up. My wife offended me and I slapped her. Do you understand?
Sure.
So remember, the shape of the home is being changed because the tempers and the emotions of our young ones are not being checked. Nobody is teaching them about emotional control,
emotional intelligence.
Emotional intelligence. So you can see she vexed me, I just beat her. I'm the one that married her. She belongs to me. She belongs to.
And that's why there are a lot of laws being around marriages that are being enacted to protect the females. You get, and at every point in time, you see, I always believe that peaceful and cordial coexistence is not difficult.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not. Like, it's actually very beautiful.
Yeah.
It all has to do with mutual respect, mutual honor. The male gender ought not to be the only ones deserving of honor.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Yeah, honor doesn't have to be a gender issue. Respect everybody. I mean, just imagine you come into a room, you don't know the place is dark, but you know that people are here. You don't know the male and the female. Or would you not greet everybody honorably or something? Yeah. So we ought not to make honor and respect a gender issue.
Yeah.
Respect people. Respect people's rights. Respect people's health, respect people's decisions.
Yeah.
That's that control aspect.
And their beliefs too.
And their beliefs. Yeah, that you're a man doesn't mean the females in your life must agree with everything you say. Give room for that. That's diplomacy.
Yeah.
Did you understand? And then in anger management, well, everybody is entitled to anger. How you express it is what becomes very unhealthy.
Yes.
You are never permitted to be violent for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's unhealthy, it's uncalled for. And then the issue of modeling to the younger ones.
Yeah.
We need to, like we said, redefine.
Yes.
We need to redefine because these younger ones, they may likely do above and beyond you.
Yes, yes.
They may likely do above and beyond you. So we need to be sure that the values they are gaining from us is healthy and is very, very balanced. You understand? So it helps to keep men accountable so that the perpetration, don't forget, we are talking about men as perpetrators of this. And then also cultural expectations.
Yes.
There's an issue between a male and a female. If the female is the one reporting, you can just manage. Just endure. He's a man. That's how they do.
That's how they do. That's how they do.
It's not how everybody does.
It's not how everybody.
There are people that have worked on themselves. Do you understand? So you mustn't make life uncomfortable for
them,
for somebody else. Do you understand? Simply because she's a female.
Yeah.
Okay. So men as perpetrators, these are subtle things that
cause them to actually, become perpetrators.
To keep perpetrating. These are subtle things that cause them to keep perpetrating these things. And once we address it, the prevalence of gender-based violence is likely to reduce.
Yes.
It's very much likely to reduce. Yes.
Yeah, that's actually very nice. Yeah. So the main dish. We're going to the main dish, men as allies.
Allies.
You've ever heard of the bro code?
The bro code.
The bro code. The bro code that can destroy a relationship. So what do you think? What role does the bro code do play in gender-based violence?
Okay, guys, she's putting me on a hot seat here. So
It's best we address this
yeah,
issue,
no problem.
because I think the bro code thing
is contributing to GBV.
Yes, it has been bastardized.
Well, I don't disagree actually. I'll just put it in a context. You understand? When you know solidarity, because the bro code is meant to be about solidarity. Being there for people, but when when it begins to support unhealthy norms,
Yeah.
the bro code itself ought to be redefined. Don't snitch on your bro is now translated into supporting or allowing him to evade accountability.
Yeah.
You understand? And have your bros back
Yeah.
rather than you having your bros back in times of challenges. It now becomes you helping your bro to perpetrate impunity.
And beat his wife.
Unfortunately, and beat his wife. Yeah, so I think that is a perverted interpretation of the bro code.
Well, some people will say, well, I get your bro code. I get what you're trying to say
Yes.
about the bro code and everything. But some believe that, well, he's my friend. There is nothing I can do about it. Let me just keep quiet.
There's something.
There is also the bro code. The silence is the bro code.
You see, my friends, I don't know about you, and I hope you begin to imbibe that values in your association. You see, my friends, at the speed of thought, they are holding you accountable. At the speed of thought, like you are just thinking it is as if you're about to conduct yourself in this way. Somehow, they will remind you of the values, the godly values that you uphold. You understand? Now, that is why I say the bro code, perverted interpretations of the bro code. There are people that do that, like
understand.
yes, there are people that do that.
Understand
You're
what
covering
I'm
up for your bro. You don't want your
Some go and no, understand what I'm saying. Some don't have to physically or vocally support their bro. They just keep quiet.
You are contributing to the proliferation of it, because speaking up can actually deter somebody. Somebody beating a wife and say, okay, can you talk to this guy? They are close. You can actually talk sense into him. And then they talk to you and you don't talk sense into the guy or something. No, you're not helping issues.
No, we should have men. The bro should challenge men. Bro, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is completely wrong.
Call a spade a spade.
So what are you trying to say? That the bro code has done more harm than good?
Well, the perverted interpretation of the bro code has really done more harm than good. I concede to that.
Okay.
You get guys, no offense, but I have to be truthful. But the noble concept of the bro code ought to curtail the proliferation of gender-based violence.
Yeah.
The noble context. You don't help somebody evade accountability. It is wrong. And the perverted interpretation of the bro code does that. You're covering up, justifying him, giving reasons why he did what.
They don't even have to give reasons. They just have to keep quiet and say he's a man. Let him handle it like a man.
If it were your sister or your mother, believe me, your disposition wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, people tend to keep quiet because they are not in that position.
Exactly.
But one of the reasons why we have this podcast is for not just for you, for every one of us. Put yourself in another person's shoe. Yeah. Consider what it's going to be like to be in that position. Because trust me, if There were just men in this world. The way you relate to the other person will be definitely different.
You can't go and be slapping everywhere. You want me to beat you?
Exactly. So we are trying to challenge the men here, to challenge their fellow men, challenge this issue about gender-based violence. Caution, not, you don't have to caution, you just have to tell them, see, this is not how to become a man, because being a man is about being a leader, and being a leader is about taking responsibility for the weaker ones, for the ones who are vulnerable. That is what it's all about. And being a man also means you raise your sons differently.
Taking responsibility. I love that thing you said. Taking responsibility, but that is the true context of power. That is the noble deployment of power.
Well,
You understand? So remember we said gender-based violence is all about
power and control, yeah.
and misguided expression of power and control. So always understand that your masculinity is a responsibility.
Yes.
Is a responsibility. It behoves on you to uphold these applaudable values.
Yes.
You understand? It behoves on you to stop societal vices such as gender-based violence as best as you could. Speaking up, advising somebody, going as far as condemning it openly.
Yeah, it's more like using their influence to protect.
Your influence to
protect and not to dominate. We see in situations in the family where, okay, let's not just say family, even in our workplaces where a man is the boss. People tend to think that leadership or violence is a language of power. So you have a boss and he's a man, and then we don't, should we go there where we talk about the subtle GBVs at the workplaces, and then not just that it happened in the workplace, the man takes it home
and lashes it out on the wife.
Exactly, and lashes out on the wife.
You can be a boss in your office. When you come home, you're a father to your children.
Yes.
You're a husband to your wife.
Yes.
And you ought to keep the lion where the lion ought to be, and bring out your tender parts, and that helps keep the atmosphere very, very cordial, very, very healthy for all parties.
Speaking of the lion, yeah. Speaking of the lion, where a man is being treated as if he's a lion in a cage. No, don't provoke him. No. My husband doesn't want that. No. It kind of you're instilling fear with the people you live in, and fear is in the quest of trying to control. Of they're afraid of you, and fear is not leadership. You're supposed to redefine that thing, allow people, like, there's supposed to be this support that you get because you are a good leader. Every good leader has subjects will always submit to them. So why the whole puffing up?
Just like I said, we keep redefining.
We keep redefining until we get what we want.
Redefining. You understand? So there are a lot of redefinitions that will inevitably need to take place for us to win this war against gender-based violence.
Men as allies is a good word because they could support the survivors. They could also intervene as bystanders.
Exactly.
They can't just stand by and watch things like that happen.
Just speaking up can save a life.
Yes, speaking up can actually save a life. Then they are supposed to model what masculinity is all about. They're supposed to model what it means to be a respectful man, and the harmful jokes needs to be challenged.
True.
The harmful jokes, you can say, don't say that, don't do that. I would guess that was that yesterday or 2 days ago. I was just passing. I saw a very young boy. He was talking about a lot of things. If you hear the things that was coming out from his mouth, sugar mommy, sugar, and he was saying it and he was joking and laughing. I'm like, if the men that were around him, because the people that were around him were men, turned and said,
shuts it down.
boy, stop that. That would be shut down immediately. So if men can just come together and be people that support positivity in the society, it could really it could really go a long way, and also teach our boys how to handle their emotions.
Personal development is keep improving yourself, and then you help other people improve. We really hope that we have given you enough food for thought in this particular session. For unavoidably catch you in the next episode, we remain your host. I am Ukachukonyuku.
My name is Noel Kass.
Thank you for joining us. See you in the next episode.
Yeah, thank you very much.